Namaste, hi everybody. I really wanted to get take two. Namaste, everybody. I really wanted to do a video about how getting older is so sexy and so brilliant. So what's been happening at our home is that my daughter, Kaur, has been telling me, "Mommy, please, could you please dye your hair? Could you please highlight your hair?" And she's telling me, "Mommy, you're looking so old, and I just want you to look young and pretty." And I'm like, yeah, okay. So my daughter's growing up, she's becoming a young girl, and she's starting to notice the hair dyes and, everything that we women do to fit in, to look pretty. And I have done this all my life, but I stopped applying hair dye back in January when I came back from a holiday. And so I've been going through this discussion at home to apply hair dye versus to not to apply hair dye. And I know many of us are going through similar situations at home. For men, it's perhaps going balder, and that's something that really bothers you. And I see a lot of women having this no hair dye situation at all. COVID has taught us that. But also I see, what else I notice? I notice men not shaving, and they're like, we're at home, we're not gonna shave. And I'm like, you know what? Being who you are, just the way you are, in all your perfection, is so freaking sexy and brilliant. It's just such a like exciting. And here I am, I'm like, do I dye my hair? I don't want to, but my daughter wants me to. And so often we do things to fit in, to make other people happy. And there's nothing wrong with a mom wanting to make her daughter happy, or for us, as a child, we want to make our parents happy. But in this whole process, we forget to live in awareness of who we are, and that's why I'm doing this video. I'm like, what is the right decision to take? Is it to dye your hair? Is it to not dye your hair? Or is it to shave your beard? Or is it not to shave your beard? But at some point, we have to say, who are we? We have to know who we are, live in the knowledge. And that, by the way, is the trademark of the Devina Kaur. So K stands for knowledge, self-knowledge, knowing our bright side, knowing our dark side. And then knowing that, I don't want to dye my hair, but my daughter wants me to dye my hair. So I don't want to shave my beard, but my wife wants me to shave my beard. What do I do? Who are we? And this is, by the way, you're not the only one who's questioning yourself and your purpose. We're all going through this phase where this part of our life is like, we've all chosen to come here on planet Earth. We've all volunteered to come here, but it's hard. It's hard for all of us, but we are also have to start looking at this as a gift. So, knowing who we are and our true purpose, connecting with our divine purpose. And then, of course, from knowledge, there's awareness, there is acceptance. We need to know, can we practice radical self-acceptance the way we are? I don't want to dye my hair. Can I practice radical self-acceptance? And yes, the next time I do a video, you may see me with hair dye, and that's perfectly okay as well. We are constantly changing, we're constantly evolving, and that's what is personal development. That is what is sexy and brilliant. The willingness, the awareness to change when something is not working. Perfectly okay, but how does it happen? It happens because of the you of unlearning and unveiling our truth. And I'm like unlearning all the programming that I have. And it's like, dye your hair, don't dye your hair, wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Well, what about what I want? Why do I have to fit into a box? Why can't I think for myself? And that's a big question we're going through, right? So whether we decide to shave the beard, whether we decide to dye our hair, whether we decide to wear makeup, whether I decide to put nail polish or I don't, you know what? I and you, each of us who's here, we are going to be loved and liked and respected for who we are. And when we start liking ourselves, loving ourselves. And that love, that self-love, comes from knowing your bright side, but also knowing your dark side. And then from practicing self-acceptance, radical self-acceptance. And it's a constant journey of evolution, of change, of using this time to connect to your divinity inside. And yes, of course, like, so we've all got different situations, but when we find ourselves, our balance, our center, our purpose, I truly believe that we are all here on earth to teach our creator something about themselves. And you know, and of course to pay off past karmic debt. That's so true as well. And this is true when we come for dating. Oh my gosh, do you like tall men? Do you like short men? Do you like fat men? Do you like skinny men? I like people for who they are. When I'm dating, I'm looking for a heart-centered connection. And how does a heart-centered connection happen? It's by somebody who's so aware of themselves. They know what turns them on. They know what turns them off. And of course, for us and our values to match together, right? In a relationship, this is true for daughter-mother relationship as well. This is true for spouses as well. Knowing who we are and then constantly changing and growing together as people. So Anahad's telling me to dye my hair, and I'm like, I'm not going to dye my hair. So we're going to find out what happens, right? Be willing to be flexible, be willing to change when, the information is there that it will allow you to change. So there's a lot of things we're all going through. Ultimately, it's about finding out who we are. This is what this moment is teaching us, right? And then, of course, as I've mentioned before, the K is for knowledge, A is for acceptance, U for unveil and unlearn, and the R is for release. And when I'm on camera, I'm doing a release. Laughing is a release too. So we've got to find joy in spite of having no hair, having white hair, having getting older, having these wrinkles, having a beard, being too thin, being too fat. Connecting to our inner power, and that's where true spiritual confidence comes from, is to have your balance no matter what happens. So yes, exciting times, difficult times, but remember, our darkest changes, our darkest moments lead to our biggest transformation. So yes, in this world where everything is changing, we are constantly being asked to fit in. Know who you are. Choose to be yourself 100% of the time. Same person on screen, same person off screen. And that's truly sexy and brilliant. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video with your girlfriends, because we know that everybody is going through this hair dye situation. So share it with your mothers. I'm going to share this video with my mother. And of course, thank you so much for watching. Namaste.